Hey, Gabriel Darko here. All right, so here we are. This is new month, new week, animation. So we should have fun, right? It's animation after all. Okay, you did submit, but something went wrong, and I think I wrote you an email about it. So, what exactly went wrong? I don't know, but I think that maybe you didn't really. Actually, no, I will correct myself. I think that you didn't get that email right away because for some reason there was some mess up and I had a wrong email address for you. So I was sending twice. I had a welcome letter to somebody else instead of you. Finally, the guy reached me back and saying, "This is, I'm not in your class. Why you're sending me that?" And then I figured out that actually I got a wrong address. But after that, I did send you, right? And I think I told you if you want, you can submit with a day or two of extension because why I'm saying that is uh, in SyncSketch, what we are actually asking for, I have a capability of doing sketches, doodles, and even rough animation. So I can easily explain, what I want, what I think in animation is missing, how some pose could look better, or how to improve it, and just as a teaching tool is much better than just regular play blast what you did send me. Because, for example, you see, here is your name, right? There's all list of animators who are submitting their work, right? So here should be your play blast in SyncSketch, and here should be your Maya file. Now you will notice that the place where Maya files are supposed to be, it's empty. So you didn't send me your Maya file. MB probably would be better than MA, but still Maya file definitely is missing, so that is not good. You did send me a scene sketch, but you see what's happened when I click on your link? Boom, sorry, access denied. So I guess you did not use the proper link or something for it. And if you go and read that welcome letter I send you, there are instructions for pretty much for all stuff that's going to be happening to the month, week by week, and also how to actually submit, how to and what to submit, right? So if your link here is working, your stuff would be probably looking something like, I don't know, let's click. Right. There you go. Opens beautifully, and I can scrub frame by frame, and that is really good because I can say maybe on this frame 41, this arm should be maybe here, and maybe his head should be over there, and so on and so on. So I can talk about the pose. I can also visually suggest what I mean, what I'm saying. I can point to some problems. I can write uh, if I have to. So it is a really great tool. It's really great tool for teaching and learning on long distance. So that is definitely something I would ask you to do for next time. So once again, just follow the instructions in that welcome letter, and there is a link how to submit your work on SyncSketch. Right. So that is that, and it works beautifully.
Shaking the dust of this crummy little town off my feet, and I'm going to see the world. Italy, Greece, the Parthenon, the Colosseum.
you know.
I'm shaking the
So
dust
for
of this
each of
crummy
these,
town
you
off my
know,
feet.
poses, I can change. I can do even a rough pass of like a scribbly animation, so that student can see what I was thinking, and so on. It's really great one. Okay, so now when we square that, let's move on. The only thing that I do have from you pretty much is your play blast that you send me, but it's just a regular play blast, so that means I cannot, draw on it. What is really unfortunate here. So this is first week. This is week of blocking, right? Blocking means we're gonna be doing the most important poses, storytelling poses of the scene. And I think that I think you did something like that because I did look through it. Before I go into animation, I would also say that a camera is, I would say, a little bit too far away because the character is tiny. And what is the point of having tiny character if you, as an animator, you wanna, show your character, you wanna show your animation, you wanna show your skills, how you control the character, how you can, do action scenes, how you do acting, how you do all that kind of stuff, and that's hard to show if you don't even see the character, even less his face and facial expressions. So I would definitely, I would zoom in. For example, if he starts here, there is no need for all this space up there, right? So you can cut. As much as I remember, he is coming out here. Okay, so you can cut like around this chimney, maybe before this chimney, maybe after, I don't know. If you go closer here, then the guy is gonna be bigger in the scene, and then you can go up to here, and you don't have to go any higher because everything will be still in your shot. It's just that you are not going to have so much, sky that is not really necessary for the scene. And because nothing is happening here, we can also cut down somewhere here. So in this perimeter, now unfortunately I cannot draw, so I'm just showing you with my cursor, but hopefully you can get idea. So zooming in will definitely help to stage this scene. Now let's take a look actually of animation, what we do have in blocking. All right, time-wise, it's too fast. You didn't really put any thoughts in timing. Let's start number one. Who is he? Who is this guy? Who is this guy on the roof? Is he a roofer fixing the roof? There was a leak. A guy who lives here on the top floor was complaining there was a leak, and the guy is fixing a leak. He forgot his hammer. Now he's jumping all the way down to his truck to bring his hammer or nails. I don't know what. He could be a thief. He just stole the jewelry from this guy on the top, or maybe he's just running away because he's I don't know, he stole from the bank down there, or maybe there was a jewelry store. Who is the guy? Is he being chased by somebody? As an animator, you have to know who is the guy or a girl that you are animating. Otherwise, you're just moving a rig across the screen. If there is no motivation, if you don't know why the guy is jumping from so high, I mean, nobody would jump like, unless you are some parkour guy. Nobody would jump here if you have a ladder, right? That's why we do have a ladder, to walk down, not to break our ankles or legs. or back. So the guy obviously is in some kind of hurry. Now, when you are running away from somebody, you're also careful, right? You are maybe first, kind of like maybe like first he should, I think, start with a standing position. Maybe he can make 2 steps towards this position, but then he kind of maybe looks down like, oh, that's a high, what I'm gonna do. Then maybe he looks back if somebody's coming after him, and then he decides to jump, right? Some anticipation and jump. So try to put yourself in the character, right? Try to put yourself in that person who this rig is supposed to be. So I'm talking about some, I don't know, a bank robber or maybe some jewelry thief. So and if I start thinking in those terms, suddenly I have easier time to think how that character would behave. So maybe standing position, something like that, and some business here before actually he decides to jump. So of course now this is blocking stage, and really the most important poses are needed to describe actually the action that will happen in this scene. So I guess this would be fine. Of course, for the next week, when actually we are looking for keys, all keys and breakdowns, or at least as many as you can do, right? All keys and breakdowns that can describe certain actions. And I hope you understand what are the breakdowns and what is the difference between keys and breakdowns, and how to make them. So for the next week, that would be a requirement. For this time, just blocking, the most important one. So the guy leaps, lands on the ladder, this one is a little bit strange because it almost looks like he's falling. It doesn't look like he jumped, because just by showing a little bit of these legs here, I have feeling that he will actually do like a salto in mid-air, but that means that he would have to leap on purpose. He cannot just drop, because it just, think of Spider-Man. That would be like, I think, excellent reference for this. After he lands here on this ladder, he can maybe again look left and right, and then he goes in another anticipation, and then he leaps, like stretch, right? From first anticipation would be squash, and then stretch, like he leaps in the air in one nice arc, right? From the place where he was here, right? Like nice stretched legs, whole body stretched, like almost kind of like he's leaping to jump in the pool, that kind of stuff. And then he does maybe that salto here. You see, it would be nice if you actually did one pose of salto, because if you're talking about storytelling poses, the most important poses, that I think would be considered very, very important one to tell the story, what is going on with the character, right? So you are missing one pose, that is where the guy is kind of like doing salto here in the midair, and then I don't know how he's landing, because looks like he's landing on his back. That means he's gonna be probably handicapped for the rest of his life, because he's supposed to land, I would say, on his legs and then maybe do another salto roll on the ground before jumping up like that and then off screen. Here it would be nice if actually you had at least another few frames without him. That would suggest that he jumped out. This way it looks like he got stuck here and now he's just being there for these frames, duration of these frames. Right? So he has to exit, right? As the gravity is pushing on him, he has to go down. So I'm talking about for whenever you're gonna be blocking your scene next time. In case like this, just get a guy out and show empty scene without him for I don't know, maybe 8, 10, 12 frames. And that's pretty much all. I was hoping to go a little bit into the Maya so that I can see characters from up close. Unfortunately, you didn't send Maya. So that would be pretty much all what I have to say. So for the next time, keys and breakdowns. You have to have first all keys, and then when you have keys, then you do breakdowns, right? The simple actions like raising a hand or something like that, one breakdown is enough to be between two keys, because with the breakdowns we are making overlaps, follow-throughs, and delays. We don't want everything to move at the same time, right? So if the torso and body is moving in one direction, the hands might actually start moving in other direction before they start to going in the same direction and being dragged in that direction. And then probably body will stop first and then hands will arrive. That kind of stuff is possible to do with the breakdowns, because breakdowns are perfect tool to escape character being stiff, because that is the worst what we can get, right? Stiff, rigid animation, the characters that are moving like plastic toys. So for next time, once again, keys, breakdowns, and still being submitted in step, just like you did here, because we are still trying to focus on posing, right? For week 3, we're gonna be moving into the auto mode, where we're gonna have all in-betweens, and Maya's gonna make it smooth. But in order for that smoothness to be good, because smooth does not necessarily mean good, in order that smoothness would be good, we have to do good job now and next week by installing these nice, great looking keys and breakdowns. All right, so next time, submit in Sync Sketch by following my link and instructions in the welcome letter. And in actually FSO, all what you have to do is just one image, just like image like this from Maya, and submit that, because for FSO we need it for a kind of official checkoff, right? Because when the system recognizes that something is being posted, it checks you like, okay, it has been posted, the guy or girl did hit deadline. But I'm actually going always on this submission form list where I look for the works, right here, play blasts in the Sync Sketch and also Maya file. All right, that will be all. If you have any questions, let me know, send me email. My email is also in that welcome letter, and let's go from there. All right, thank you.